Hello, let's continue our Sudoku adventure with Foggy Day Blues by GDC. This looks like a really interesting concept, and it's dynamic fog, which I know is always a fun time. All right, so let's go over this carefully. It seems like a lot of rules, but I think it's not too bad. So we do have standard irregular. It's weird to say standard irregular. So we have irregular 6x6 Sudoku rules, and that has a specific meaning. It's not generic. That meaning is this: in every row and every column, we're still Latin square, so in every row and column, we are placing the digits 1 to 6 once each. But we don't have our normal 2x3 boxes. Instead, we have irregular shaped regions. That's why it's called irregular Sudoku. Sometimes called jigsaw. As you can probably see, you got like jigsaw pieces fitting together, right? So each of these, we still have bold borders, but the shapes are different, and they're still going to denote 6 regions of size 6. And we're still placing the digits 1 to 6 once each within each region. So this region here is going to have 1 through 6. This region will have 1 through 6. This region will have 1 through 6, etc. All right. We also have dynamic fog. So there could be more clues in this puzzle underneath our fog. Our fog is sort of this represented by this gray. So we start with this initial cell revealed. And as we make deductions in the grid, GDC has built in specific reveals that happen once you get correct digits. So not all correct digits will reveal something, only the ones that GDC has decided, and he can decide what gets revealed. So just pay attention as you get digits to new reveals that will show you like, hey, there's actually a line like that or something like that. I have no idea where the lines are because I haven't solved this yet. And so, yeah, as you get digits, as you make deductions and get actual digits placed. Now, that doesn't mean you should guess. It does mean that you could potentially try random cells and try random digits and cells. And if it reveals something, then you go, I got a correct digit. But that, I mean, you're just cheating yourself. Like, why are you even bothering to solve the puzzle if you're going to solve it that way? Seems kind of boring to me. You can solve this logically without guessing. All right. So we do have blue lines in the grid. These are region sum lines. So for example, we might have a line. Let me just draw a blue line here. We might have a line that goes like this. I don't know if that's anyway. Let's say it went like this, and this was a blue line. So in that case, basically this line gets segmented by every time it crosses a region border. So this would be a segment. We'll call that the green segment. This would be a segment. We'll call that purple. And then this would be the orange segment, and this would be the yellow segment. If you re-enter a box, you're still crossing, like so. We would still be crossing a boundary, and so this would be a separate segment. Let's call it the amount of colors, blue segment. Sorry. Now, every single segment on the same line has the same sum. So whatever this digit is, it would be the same as the sum of these 3, which is the same as the sum of these 2. It would also be these 2 digits. So we'd be breaking Sudoku rules. So this line's not possible. But why draw a possible line? All right. In addition to that, we have some line movement rules. Let me just restart to clear all that out. So all lines move horizontally and vertically, never diagonally. So we're never going to have a line do this, right? Or this. We're only ever moving horizontally or vertically. And they always contain exactly 5 cells. So we're going to be moving like this, for example, and then once we have 5 cells, we're done. All right. And that's it. Those are the rules. There's a link in the description if you'd like to try the puzzle yourself. And I'm going to get started right now. Right, how do we want to get started? I think I want to seed the puzzle with some geometric deductions. So for example, we have a very simple law of leftovers here. The way I like to describe this is this column has 1 through 6 once each, and this region has 1 through 6 once each. So whatever this digit is, we'll call that green, it's got to end up in this column somewhere, and it's not repeating in the region. So green needs to be in the column, so it's going to end up here. Whatever this digit is, we're calling it green because we don't have a number for it yet. And that's going to be there, exactly there. And now this region here is going to need a green because every region has a green. And it's not in these 4 cells. So it's going to be in one of these 2 cells, which means it's not here. It's also not in these, so it's going to be in one of these 2 cells. I don't know if seeding this is important, but I think it's nice to like think about the geometry. We could give like 2 colors here. Like we could call this purple, and so we know that that purple joins the green. This is actually exactly a green-purple pair. We don't know what order it goes in, but we know that these 2 digits go here because they need to be in this region somewhere. Can't repeat in the column. Similarly, we could call this, the problem is we don't know whether we should call this purple or a new color. So if I introduce a new color for it, like orange, I might get confused and think orange isn't purple. So I'm going to hold off on that for now, because I don't know how important it is, but we know that this digit ends up over here. Sometimes you can like pick a region like this one and just color every single one. So just to identify a color for each digit and then kind of solve the irregular as much as you can just using those colors. Which region you pick can determine how effective that ends up being. But I don't think I want to quite do that right now because we do have this revealed line. So let's think about how this line can go. We know it covers exactly 5 cells. And we also know that it can't, there's a couple things it can't do. It can't enter a region, like can't enter this region and then immediately leave it, for example. Because what that's going to do is that's going to make 2 segments that need to both be the same single digit. So that's not going to work, right? So if we go right, we have to go right at least one more time, and then we can't go diagonally, so we have to go down. That's already 4 cells, and then we'd go left. So this is one way that this line would work, and that would make these 2 digits the same as each other. And it would have to be 6, because this would be 1, 2, 3 at minimum, which already adds to 6. So that's one option. If it goes right, that's forced. There's no other way it's going to happen. We know it doesn't go left because we see that it's actually we do know it goes right. Sorry, I was going to say what if it goes down, but obviously you can see it going right. We can use that. So it definitely enters this cell, and again, it can't go down from here because then we make another 1 length segment where we have to repeat the digit in the row. So it's going to have to go right. Then there's only one way for it to go, and we know it's exactly 5 long, and it can't continue down here because then the minimum would be 10. And we'd have to put a 10 here. Even in 9 by 9, that wouldn't work. So we're going to have to turn, and we end up ending there. So what we know is that this is 1, 2, 3, and we know that both of these are a 6. And that did reveal that we got the end of the line correct. But it didn't reveal anything else, interestingly. So we know that it places a 6 here as well. I wonder if we're expected to kind of do a bunch with 6s before we continue. Yeah, so this region has a 6 already. Let's see, what can we actually do? We know the 6 is one of these 2, but I don't know which. What if 6 were green? Green cannot be 6. Look, we seeded with some good stuff. These 2, green is one of these 2 cells, neither of which is 6. So if green is not 6, then purple has to be 6. So we actually know that this is our purple and this is our green. And I'm gonna, just to avoid too much confusion here, I'm gonna get rid of a color once we know what the digit is called, because we can just do 6s. So we have 4 of our 6s placed. The 2 remaining 6s, one of them's needed in this region, which actually can only be there, right there. And then the final 6 is in this region, which can be right there. Okay. So yeah, GDC wanted to place every single 6 before giving us more info. That's pretty neat. And so now this line here, we can actually continue to draw it. It goes here. And then it can't immediately leave for the same reason. First of all, I don't think we're allowed to overlap our lines, but also if it immediately left straight up, we would have a problem. And if it went right, we would be grabbing a 6, which would be a problem because this is a single digit, non-6. It would be way too big. So we're going to have to go left. And we know this isn't a 6, so we can't go down, because if we went down, we would be a 6. We would be 1, 2, 3, 6 again. In fact, we know this is 4, 5. So we have to leave. We don't know if we leave up or if we leave left. I'm not sure whether we know that now, but we know we're leaving. So we're not gonna keep going that way. And so this adds to 4 or 5. 4 would be 1, 3 exactly. 5 would be either 1, 4 or 2, 3. So I guess I can't do much except put 1, 2, 3, 4 there. So 5's on one of these 2. Let's see, what are we supposed to deduce here? Can this be green? Must this be green? I'm not sure the answer to either of those questions. I mean, it clearly can be green. In fact, we are going to need a green in this region. It's not here. Oh, interesting. I think it has to be here. This can't be green. How do I describe that? Well, we can't. These two columns need two greens, right? One per column, and they're not here because of these greens here. So green is not here, and so green has to end up here somewhere. But we know that 6 is not green, so green ends up somewhere here. But this also doesn't repeat in the row. So green is one of these two. So I can mark that, meaning this is not the green, but green is. We know it's not 6. Okay. So that means, yeah, I mean, if we go up, that means this is bigger than green, which doesn't mean a whole lot. So if we do this, then we know that this also adds to 4 or 5. It would actually have to be a 5, because if I was 1, 3 here, then these would both be 2. So we'd have to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this would be our 5. So that's one option. The other option is we go left instead of up. And, well, we're not going to go left again, because then we have to stop there, and we have two single cell segments both in the same row. So we'd go down or up, and we would you know what's interesting that we could mark is that we're gonna need a 5 over here. I don't know if that matters actually. If we go left, we could go down, and these would add to 4 or 5. Or you go up, and these would add to 4 or 5. I'm not sure which way we're going. I don't think there's any like cell that must be on that line. So I'm clearly missing something. 1, 2, 3. We need a green in this column. I wonder if that matters. So we know it's not these two cells. We know it's not here because it's in one of these two. This region needs a green. This one. We know it's not 6. We know it's not in this row here. We know it's not in this column here. So this is green. So this can't be green. I missed that for a while. So this is our green. And that makes this green. So we know that green is 4 or 5, but we also know it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So green is 4. So we don't need to call it green anymore. All right, and we needed that deduction. Okay. That makes this the 5, so this has to be 4 plus 1. So that's not a 1. In fact, this is just 2, 3, 5 now. So which way does our line... Oh, our line continues this way. We actually revealed it. So our line continues to here. So this can't be the 5. It's actually part of a 2, 3. This line either goes up... Oh, it can't go up into here because we've revealed that cell and it doesn't have line. So it goes down here and it's the other 2, 3. Leaving behind 1, 5 here. Okay. This is a triple. I don't need this X anymore. This is a triple. We have 1, 4, 6, so we need 2, 3, 5. And the 5 is placed. That gives us the 1 here. Gives us the 5 here. This is 2 or 3. Look at all these 2, 3s. We could color them. The 2, 3 paired places the 5 here. So we don't have too many region sublines, do we? This column we need 1, 2, 3. Is there anything? Yeah, this is our 1. Just to finish the row. This is a 2, 3 pair. And we know one of those is 1. This is 2, 3. Maybe I should color the 2, 3s. So let's just do blue and orange. So that's orange. That's sorry, other way. That's blue. This was not where to start. Okay, I guess this is orange. This is blue. For the row, that's orange. That's blue. For the region, that's orange. That's blue. This cell here sees orange and blue, so this has to be a 1. So this is blue. So we need the 1, 5 down here. What's this region? This region here needs an orange, so that's right here. And so this is the other 1, 5, but it's not 5. So that's 1, that's 5, that's 1. Okay, this is a 5 for the column. This is the blue 2, 3 for the column. This is the orange 2, 3. So we do have a line here that's going to resolve it. So this is 1 larger than this right now, right? So this needs to be the smaller digit in order for 2 plus 5 to equal. Sorry, this needs to be the larger digit. 3 plus 5 is 8. 1, 2, 5 is 8. Otherwise, this will be 2 higher than this one. So all of our oranges are the 2, and all of our blues are 3, and we are done. We doot right at the end. Nice. Cool puzzle, GDC. I enjoyed that. I actually, the initial pass on the geometry did end up helping me. I'm not sure if it was necessary. And then coloring the two threes definitely helped as well because we found this remote pair here that forced that to be one. Maybe there was another way to achieve that, but it was a fun way to do it for sure. I liked thinking about the lines and having to kind of think about what path they could take. This one was forced, which was interesting. So yeah, really neat rule. I enjoyed that. Let me know how you did. If you enjoyed it, why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.